Kunming Lake in the far southwest. China is a land of extraordinary natural beauty. Larger in area than the United States, the country embraces immense ranges of climate. Here too, they are moving a whole mountain to make new fields. We are now in Kwantung province, approaching Quangli, the main town of the Quangli People's Commune. The Quangli Commune covers 96 square miles, and its 42,000 members live in 207 scattered villages. There was nothing special about this commune. I saw communes that were more advanced, and some which were much poorer. The commune is administered by this revolutionary committee. We were the first foreign guests to visit this commune. We found the committee members very down-to-earth, practical, amiable people. The basic policies of the commune are set by the area Communist Party, but are administered by this committee. Their responsibilities are extensive. They administer the commune schools, the hospitals, road construction, as well as the commune industries and any large-scale irrigation and flood control projects. Some of the committee are elected by the commune members. Some are appointed by the party. Usually, about a third of the members of these commune committees are women. In spite of their heavy administrative work, every member of the committee works for several months a year in the fields. A man-made lake. Everywhere in China, one sees dams that have been built since the revolution. There must be tens of thousands of them. This one, built in 1959 with two other communes cooperating, radically improved the economy of this whole area. One man said to us, "Before we built the dam, our fields in the rainy season were waterlogged. In the dry season, our land was parched." Thanks to the dam, many villages in this commune can now breed fish, an important item of diet in China. The dam also allowed a small power station to be built. Almost every village in the commune now has locally produced electricity. The availability of electric power has made possible one of the most significant developments in China, the expansion of rural industry. We found quite small workshops and factories making electronic components, tools for export, and even tractors. This development of self-reliant rural communities has become a keystone of national economic policy. During our own industrial revolution, rural populations flocked into the cities. China is planning her industry in quite a different way. Industry is moving into the countryside, bringing millions of her peasant population into industrial production. In this way, the Chinese hope that the great social and cultural differences between life in the cities and life in the country will gradually diminish. This dispersal of industry also has strategic advantages. Half of China could be overrun, and the other half could still function effectively. Incredible though it sounds, I found no inflation in China. Most things cost precisely the same, or even less than they did 15 years ago, when I first began to take notes of the cost of various items. Wages, on the other hand, have gone up. The Commune Bank. The bank does a brisk business. Though the average family only earns about $250 a year in actual cash, 3/4 of the people in the commune are able to save. For expenses are low too. There are no personal taxes, their share of the rice distribution is free, they pay no rent, and clothing costs little. Education is also free. Kindergartens are run by the brigade for children in families where the parents are working and where there are no older relatives to look after them. There are 107 kindergartens in this commune and 35 primary and middle schools. Before the revolution, there was almost no rural education at all. And even today in this commune, about 4% of the children, those living in very outlying parts, do not go to primary school. This commune, like all communes, has a central hospital with fully trained doctors and modern equipment, in addition to the many smaller clinics in the villages. Most commune members pay about 60 cents a year for full medical coverage. As everywhere in China, the young people in the villages here are trained in the civilian militia, usually drilling for 2 hours twice a week. One of Mao's famous sayings is, "Trust the people." And in China today, millions of people are trusted to carry arms. We spent a number of days in one of the commune's 207 villages, or production teams as they are called. This one consisted of 46 families. They set out for the day's work. After the autumn harvest is in, every villager, regardless of age, receives an equal free distribution of rice. Last year, everyone received more than a pound of rice a day. This is more than they can use, so it enables every family to build up its own reserves. An amount of grain is also allocated for the team reserve. The state guarantees to buy any rice that is then left over, and at a fixed price, so that the team need never worry about finding a market or about price fluctuations. As a side occupation and a source of extra revenue for the village, this team grows bamboo. Every work group sends one of its members to report how many hours each person worked that day. The annual cash wage is calculated according to the number of work points each member has earned. We spend some time with the Chang family. Mrs. Chang is the mother of 3 small children. While she works, her mother-in-law looks after the children and does the family shopping. Older people continue to play an important part in the family, even when they're too old to do work. The Chang family gather for their evening meal around 6 o'clock. Mrs. Chang cooks the meal if the grandmother hasn't yet prepared it. Her husband studies a book on mechanics borrowed from a traveling library that comes to the village every week. The grandfather during the day is in charge of an orchard where the team grows mandarin oranges, which are sold to the state for export. The husband drives a tractor in the rice fields. The husband's sister during the day helps on the rice drying yard. China still buys wheat from abroad, some of which goes into national reserves. But these imports of wheat also enable China to export rice, for which she obtains a higher price than she pays out for the imported wheat. She also makes a large annual rice contribution to the North Vietnamese. Some rice from this team goes off to the commune warehouse. Some goes to the much smaller team's reserves. And some goes to the grain reserve that is kept by every family. The Changs do not any longer have to worry about getting enough to eat. The peasants of China work unbelievably hard, and the rewards made to us appear small. But the starvation and abject wretchedness which has haunted China for centuries is now a thing of the past, and the basis has been laid for quite a new kind of life for China's 600 million peasants.